Hey guys, back this time to chat on North Carolina, Virginia. We are actually 6-1 in our last 7 college basketball plays on the channel. Always looking for isolated spots, never forcing action, and of course following proper bankroll management. I'll do a future video on those things as well. But keep in mind, guys, the sharpest cappers in the world, the guys that even hit 60, even slightly above 60%, if you believe in that kind of thing, uh, they could be lifetime losers because they're not disciplined enough following proper bankroll management strategies. With that said, every bet I give away on this channel is for one unit, unless otherwise specified, which will be rarely. What you won't see on this channel are the 5, the 10, the 20 unit plays, play of the month, year, decade. Like I said, this is a channel that follows discipline strategies, proper money management, and uses the right research. With all this said, expect us to median out anywhere between 58 and 60% long term. If you are a new follower, if you're a follower of a new like hot handicapper or a social media tout, or even looking for a new YouTube channel to subscribe to, keep in mind there's a lot of fluff, and if your expectation is any better than 58 to 60%, you will be let down. Um, you know, I, I'm trying to provide some little more integrity with this channel versus the rest of this industry, which is complete shit. So ultimately, what you came here for, right? A free pick for Virginia, North Carolina. So line opens Virginia -2. I'm seeing 142.5 for the total. I believe it opened at 141, but I'm seeing 142.5 right now. Just a few pointers here. The last 9 times these two teams have played, it's gone over this number one time. I get that these are past teams in college. You can't look at prior years, but I mean at some point you have to realize that playing styles of these teams takes into account the fact that they rarely touch this number. With that said, North Carolina has scored 72 points or more in 14 of their last 15. Based on this game line, though, they are projected to go under that on their team total. Virginia is one of the most court-neutral tempo teams. What I mean by that is odds makers, when they come out with these lines, will typically favor the tempo a bit of the home team. Once you get the home crowd, once you get the crowd into it, typically the home team will feed off that crowd, and it'll build on their tempo, whether it's fast or slow. But UVA, with how slow they play and how efficient they are, typically has no relevancy to tempo, even when they're on the road. That's why I say I have them in my models as a neutral tempo team. North Carolina runs. They are, I think the second or third fastest paced team in the country, but they are also 19th in defensive efficiency, believe it or not. If Virginia is able to slow this game to a crawl, expect Virginia to struggle as well. Not only North Carolina going to be a little out of their rhythm, but Virginia, first of all, they don't typically pile on points, and this is going to be one of the better defenses they played. So expect Virginia to struggle scoring as well. And don't let the recent Duke game fool you. Virginia doesn't really give up more than 65 points. They've done it only twice in the last 15 games, both times Duke. People will look at North Carolina, especially recently, and just see them piling up point after point after point after point, in all their games. And like I said, they're efficient, they move fast, and they score. They definitely love the three ball. But piling up points, along with their fast pace, has a kryptonite, and that kryptonite is Virginia. I mean, history has shown, like I said, in the last 9 meetings, and you can even go deeper than that, that North Carolina just does not score at their typical pace, even close to their typical pace, whenever they play Virginia. Home, on the road, doesn't seem to matter. Now, I'll tell you this. If you are someone who's looking at this game and saying, you know what, I love this over. North Carolina scores. I mean, this is a different North Carolina team than previous years. Love North Carolina. I would say probably bet North Carolina with them, because if this is a game played into the 70s, at least even into the mid-70s, high 70s, Virginia's more than likely not going to win this game, because that's not how Virginia plays. If you look at Virginia's wins, whenever they've given up, like I said, more than 65 points, the games have been a lot closer than they want them to be. And again, they've lost to Duke twice when they gave up 65 points. This team is begging teams to play in the high 50s, low 60s. Begging teams. I mean, begging teams in the form of that's how they want to win. So they're going to really push North Carolina to do things that they don't normally like to do, which goes back to the history I was talking about, and how many points North Carolina scores against Virginia versus the rest of college basketball. I just think this number is way too high at 142.5. Got this number about 4 points off from my models, and it may even be more points off of that. Now, I can't sit here and tell you that this is a guarantee. There's no such thing. North Carolina could make their shots. Virginia could have a rare outing where they pile up points and give up points. I just feel, like I said, this number is a little too high, and I'm definitely going to be riding the under here. Now, with regards to point movement and spread line movement on this number, I can't guarantee it. People typically like to bet overs, but when Virginia plays, people typically like to bet unders. I will tell you this: the numbers and data points to this game going under. If the line's moving in a different direction, it's for the wrong reasons. But like I said, I can't guarantee which way it will move or not. This is still early, very early in the morning, crack of dawn here. So long short appears to be an immediate overreaction based on recent performances, and this number is a little high. I will definitely be playing the under 142.5, North Carolina, Virginia. Want to thank you guys for taking time to watch the video. Again, we've been 6-1 last 7 plays. Actually, those are the only 7 plays we've given out for this year in college basketball. So expect us to stay disciplined and with good research, and I'll put you guys in favorable spots. And look, hopefully we cash this. Feel free to comment below on your takes of the game. This is a really big game. I typically don't give away big games on this channel because those numbers are typically fair. But again, little edge here. So again, thanks for watching the video. Subscribe if you aren't, and go under.